What I realize, like until now, is that literally all people fight the same wounds. Like, we have the same emotions, the same fears, same doubts, same shame, same self-pity, same regret, like the same feelings. Maybe when we look in the mirror, the same feelings we have about the world as a collective, but yet everybody puts themselves above others or feels that their pain is greater than the one to the next person. And also, it doesn't really change anything if we just put ourselves above others, because we're all the same, and it doesn't really matter if I live in a bigger house or smaller house, or with more money, less money. Of course it matters in kind of a way, of sure, but it's not about that, because or what someone feels on a smaller scale, like materialistically, the other person who has more materialistic things, the tone of how they feel things, or of how you feel things, or I feel things, like fear feels the same for everyone. Doubt feels the same for everyone. It pulls someone down. Depression or anxiety or whatever feeling you're feeling the same as another person. So we are not really different. Like, we experience and feel the same scar, or the same scarred things within us. So then to take sides of which scar is bigger or grander, that just creates more conflict, because we all have it within us. And I just feel like the only way to better something is truly, as of now, what I feel is truly with kindness. So, but first of all, not like kindness in the way of, oh, I'm kind and then I don't do anything. No, I mean, be kind to you first, so you can understand and be kind um, to others. It always comes down to you and your choice, because the chains and the feeding of those emotions is still chosen by you, because what is moving you doesn't really want to be chained, like withheld, or it doesn't really identify itself with all those fears and emotions and things circling around you each day. It just wants to be, like, just to be. Just to be is enough. To breathe is already enough. To breathe without giving in to the distortions or traumas or things that happen to you, and to, like, to whatever it happens to every one of us. It's not really that some other person, you think maybe they are happier, or they might have a better life, but even the thought of it is not, it's not needed. Like, the thought in itself isn't really going to get you anywhere. Like, the point is, we can circle around in our lives for even thousands of years and not change anything, and thus we don't like anything about ourselves, and thus we don't change anything in the world. I mean, everybody is in its own kind of stage in its own kind of realm in his mind. But I mean, you will stay looping in where you are if you never reflect on what is going on you, what you feel, and what might hold you back, because it's already been so many years that you acted upon it, and you just found a way to how can I say it, like, to cope with it, and never really looking like deep within. You of course look in the mirror and you can numb the mirror, but it never like what is inside never really will go away by just numbing the outside things. And I mean, of course it is hard, there's no question about it, but either way, one way keeps like just feeding you and numbing you and tearing you down, while the other way is dissolving this and even letting go of this, which feels empty at first, but it will fill you like you will feel full and fulfilled with less, without needing to clinch to the past, to the past, yeah, basically to the past versions of you. And there are really many, like it is not really one person or one thing. It is many. It is the way you eat, like literally how the way you think even about things, the way you eat, the way you treat others. If it comes from kind of a downward spiral or a pulling from like from any kind of emotions, it will pull you down. But if it comes from stillness as a base, it will pull you up. But for it to pull you up as a base, you have to first dissolve what's deep within you that is keeping you there. And like I said, it is personal for everyone, because everyone went through different things in their, yeah, in their lives, but it all balances out. Of course, I can be born in a war zone, but yet there are other things there, even if you don't even if you don't see them, that are happening. Like I mean, everybody goes through the same stuff, and if you are fortunate enough to not live in a war zone, I mean, it would be more of a responsibility to be kind, because some people have less, let's put it like this, some people have less to complain about than others, and it has to be reflected upon. Because I can sit here and say, oh yes, today I feel bad, but look, I mean, I have no reason to feel bad about anything. I have the food, I have food I can eat. I can choose what food I can eat. I can choose. That is the point. I can choose. I'm not uh, I have not a really bad fate, maybe, but, or however you want to call it, but even if, you still have to choose. I mean, you must choose, and you can always choose one side or the other, or better, choose non-side and decide from stillness. But anyway, the point was just to, there isn't really a point. I'm just talking about what I feel and what I found, what I found within me that I may share. But yeah, that is all I wanted to say, probably, because I don't know really what to say anymore. I just felt I had to say it, like to make something better is to be kinder to you, understand others, and be kinder to others. Because if you understand others, you also understand a lot of about yourself. And there are a ton of reasons to find to complain about. I've been there also, but I choose not to complain and to change. First, I change a lot of outside things without changing the internal things, which helped also. But at some point, there's no way around it to go deep within and shatter the reflections and past past versions that are deep inside, and the mirrors of them will turn, so they will actually support you rather than keep you into the distortions. And of course, we are raised like we are raised, we are born where we are born, and everything happens around us like however it happens. But just know this, that when someone feels fear or doubt or doesn't want to live anymore, whatever, it feels the same as it feels in you, and you cannot even see it by just looking at someone. So, and however, even if someone is bad, like, you can still not react to it, you can still ignore it, you can still not choose sides, you can still not hate him. Even if he hates you, he probably hates himself, or he or she or whoever. Like, the point is to understand all kinds of layers of feelings, feel them, reflect upon them, dissolve them in you, and understand others too. Or even better, try to help them. But most people don't really want to be helped. They want some kind of image they can live up to, or identity they can live up to, and you cannot help them by just going in and try to shatter it for them, because it doesn't work that way. You dissolve it by yourself. Like, you cannot, the same as you cannot fix anything in you from the outside, you cannot also not fix something in the other person. That's why I say there's no point to go on a pedestal and talk about problems and talk about things and talk, because if you truly are that great, you know that you change someone by trying to help them, which would be, I mean, you could start with, of course, you start with yourself, and people around you will change also once you started with yourself. I mean, that is how it works. You start with yourself, and things and people around you bend around you, and this already helps more than shouting and talking about change and about many different topics that we have in the world now. So, yeah. I think that is what I wanted to say. I don't have anything more for now, I guess. Yeah. I mean, don't really make sense to push something. I just rambled around what was what was going on in my mind today, because I just had some stuff going on and had to reflect myself on it to dissolve it. So might as well share a bit of what I feel. Maybe somebody else feels the same. Yeah. And thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Love you all, and wish you a good day or night or wherever you are. Wish you all the best. Alright? Until next time.